When you talk about greats in this game, you know, the Michael Jordans and the Kobe Bryants and the Steph Currys, like they are putting her in that category, the Diana Taurasi's.
Just because fans of Caitlyn Clark will pay to see her play. Like, that's the reality situation. Is it's nothing to, there's never blame the consumer or the viewer for what they like.
Now, Rookie of the Month has only been around since 2010, but she's the first player ever to win Rookie of the Month and Player of the Month.
The WNBA is experiencing the Caitlyn Clark tsunami, and nothing will ever be the same. In just a few months, this rookie has transformed the Indiana Fever from an afterthought into America's team, with attendance skyrocketing 48% league-wide. That's not just a growth, that's a revolution. You might be thinking this is just media hype, but check this out. Clark's jersey sales exceed the entire rest of the league combined. NBA arenas are opening up just to host Fever games. We haven't seen anything like this since Michael Jordan transformed the Bulls in the 80s.
You know, provided me a lot of grace, but always was there to be a shoulder to lean on and to really help me. I feel like I can continue to show up and be the same person that I am.
Girls that were pretty competitive and was gonna, you know, help me get better, and I was gonna have fun doing it. Looking back, like I never like questioned it. It never was like, oh, why am I playing with the boys? It was just what I did.
But not everyone's celebrating this shift in power. Wait until you see Angel Reese's reaction to the Fever being called America's team. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Can one rookie really change an entire league? That's exactly what we're witnessing with Caitlyn Clark, and let me tell you, the numbers aren't just impressive, they're completely rewriting what we thought was possible in the WNBA.
And also, like, she's good at basketball, obviously. Like, she understands her privilege and like pushes her over the top in a sense. It reminds me a lot of you. And I mean, that's a compliment.
I grew up playing with the boys, and my dad was my first ever basketball coach. Before every game, I look at my dad and I give him a nod. He gives me a nod. And then I go out.
Think about when legends like Maya Moore and Candace Parker entered the league. They were game changers for sure, but what Clark is doing, it's on a completely different level. When Maya Moore came into the W in 2011, her jersey flew off the shelves faster than any other player. But Clark isn't just leading jersey sales, she's literally outselling every other player combined.
Clark now has an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike that will include her own signature shoe. The deal is the richest sponsorship contract for a women's basketball player.
Just because fans of Caitlyn Clark will pay to see her play. Like, that's the reality situation. Is it's nothing to, there's never blame the consumer or the viewer for what they like.
That's not just breaking a record, that's shattering the entire concept of what rookie impact looks like. Remember when Candace Parker stepped into the league and teams would see maybe a 20% bump in attendance when she came to town? Nice, right? But with Clark, we're seeing something that's never happened before in women's basketball. Teams aren't just getting attendance bumps, they're completely changing venues. 6 different teams, including the Chicago Sky, Dallas Wings, and Connecticut Sun, have literally had to upgrade to NBA arenas just to handle the crowds that want to see Clark play. That's not just growth, that's complete transformation.
Now, Rookie of the Month has only been around since 2010, but she's the first player ever to win Rookie of the Month and Player of the Month.
I'm a dog. You can't teach that. I'm going to go out and do whatever it takes to win, and every single night, my teammates rely on my energy. So being able to continue the energy, even if we're down, even if we're up.
The TV numbers are even more mind-blowing. You know how many people typically watch WNBA games before Clark showed up? About 400,000 to 500,000 viewers per game. That was the standard, the expectation. Now, games featuring Clark are regularly pulling in over 1 million viewers. Some are hitting 1.2 million. And remember that Fever versus Sky game? A staggering 2.3 million people tuned in. That's more eyeballs than some NBA regular season games. We're not talking about incremental growth here. We're talking about an absolute viewership explosion. Here's where it gets wild. Indiana Fever games used to be played in a 17,000 seat arena, and they weren't even filling that. Now, they're selling out 20,000 plus seat venues, and people are still struggling to get tickets.
Giving Caitlyn Clark too much praise. They didn't want to give her too much praise. They didn't want to prop her up too much and forget about everyone else who came before her.
Kind of got into a flow and played a little bit more in transition. We were a lot more successful. And then obviously Lex was amazing. I don't know if we missed the shot in the fourth quarter.
The demand is so overwhelming that teams across the league are scrambling to accommodate fans. Think about that. WNBA teams moving to bigger arenas in the middle of a season. That doesn't happen without something truly revolutionary taking place. You can feel the shift in the league dynamics too. The Indiana Fever are suddenly being labeled as America's team, and not everyone's happy about it. The competitive fires are burning hot, especially with players like Angel Reese. While there's no direct quote, sources suggest Reese isn't exactly thrilled about the Fever's new status, reportedly busy throwing side-eye and mood swings about all the attention the Fever and Clark are getting.
Obviously a lot was made of this matchup between yourself and Diana Taurasi. I know she's one of your idols. How big is it for you to get a win here against her today?
I'm just happy we won. It was cool to play against her and obviously a really great game. And
obviously we see her shooting, we see her passing, we see all that stuff on the floor, but a lot of that comes from a lot of hard work. She's in the gym almost all the time working on her game.
The rivalry and tension make the games even more compelling. It's not just about basketball anymore. It's about the narrative, the drama, the changing of the guard. What we're witnessing isn't just a great rookie making an impact. This is a complete transformation of a professional sports league. Something we haven't seen since Michael Jordan revolutionized the NBA back in the day. Clark isn't just playing great basketball, she's literally changing the business model of women's basketball. Teams are adjusting their entire operations because of her.
If Caitlyn Clark is on the team, it becomes the right team. Because Caitlyn Clark is on it. It's like saying Michael Jordan's not on the right team.
When you talk about greats in this game, you know, the Michael Jordans and the Kobe Bryants and the Steph Currys, like they are putting her in that category, the Diana Taurasi's.
Venues are changing, broadcast strategies are shifting, marketing approaches are being reimagined. The economic ripple effect is enormous. When 6 teams have to upgrade their arenas just to accommodate the demand for a single player, that's not just a sports story, it's a business phenomenon. Every Fever road game has become a major event, creating revenue streams and opportunities that weren't there before. The league isn't just growing, it's experiencing a complete paradigm shift in what's possible. So what we're witnessing right now is nothing short of a revolution. This is beyond stats and highlights. We're seeing the birth of the WNBA's golden age. And Caitlyn Clark isn't just part of it, she's leading the charge. The potential is literally off the charts.
That pressure, that spotlight, they couldn't get away with continuing to do this. Caitlyn Clark deserves love, not just respect. Love.
Fan of Caitlyn Clark. I would have loved to see her on this international stage, but I understand that Team USA constructs their roster not necessarily on fandom, but completing the mission, and I think that's what we see right now.
The entire league is riding this wave of excitement. Sold out arenas, massive TV audiences, and sponsors finally giving women's basketball the attention it deserves. Clark's impact as a rookie is just the beginning. The ceiling? There isn't one. This isn't just about a player or team anymore. It's about transforming what women's sports can become in America.